Let's look at wife through Exodus through Deuteronomy. Okay, let's go to Exodus 4:20. And Moses took his wife and his sons and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of God in his hand. Go to chapter 6. Let's look at 20. And Abraham took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and she bore him Aaron and Moses. And the year of life of Abraham were 137 years. It's going down to 25. And Azar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Putiel to wife, and she bore him Phinehas, whose are the head of the fathers of the Levites according to their families. Let's go to 18, and we want 1 through 6. 1 Jethro, the priest of the Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and the Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land, and the name of the other was Elzar, for God of my father, he said he was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses, and to the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. And he said to Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. Let's go to chapter 20, and we want 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, or his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Let's go to 21, and we want 1 through 6. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If they buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve. In the 7th year he shall go out free for nothing. If he come in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master have given him wife, she have borne him sons or daughters. The wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him into the judge, and he shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Going down to 10. If he take him another wife, for her food, her raiment, and her duties of marriage shall not diminish. Let's go 22 and 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife. Let's go to Leviticus 18 and 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Let's go to 14 through 20. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thy aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter, or her daughter's daughter, to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, besides the other in her lifetime. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. Let's go to chapter 20 and 1, 10 through 14. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man also lie with a mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And if a man takes a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. Let's go on over to 20 and 21. If a man shall lie with his uncle's wife, he hath uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sins. They shall die childless. If a man shall take his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. Let's go to 21 and we want verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore or profane, neither shall they take a woman, put her away from her husband, for she is holy unto his God. Let's go to 13 and 14. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow, or a divorced woman, or profane, or a harlot. Those shall not take, but he shall take a virgin of his own people to wife. Let's go to Numbers and we want chapter 5, 11 through 15. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying to them, If any man's wife go aside and commit a trespass against him, and a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept close, and she be defiled, and there be no witness against her, neither she be taken with the man, and the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy came upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not defiled, then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her offering for her, the 10th part of an ephod of a barley meal. He shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereon, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of a memorial. Bring iniquity to remembrance. Let's go over to 29 down to 30. This is the law of jealousy, when a wife goeth aside to another, instead of her husband, it is defiled. Or when the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous over his wife, and shall set a woman before the Lord, and the priest shall execute upon her all this law, then shall the man be guiltless from iniquity, and his woman shall bear her iniquity. Let's go to 26 and we want 59. And the name of Aram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who her mother bore to Levi in Egypt. And she bore him Aram, Aaron, and Moses, and Miriam, their sister. Let's go to 30 and 16. These are the statutes which the Lord commanded Moses between man and his wife, between the father and his daughter, being yet in her youth in her father's house. Let's go to 36 and 8. And every daughter that possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the families of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his father. Let's go to Deuteronomy, and we want 5 and 21. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. Let's go to chapter 13, and we want 6 through 9. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or the son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy brother, or thy friend, which is in thine own soul, hence thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shalt thou eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou console him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be put first upon him, to put him to death, and afterwards the hands of all the people. Go to 20 and 7. And what man is there that betroths a wife, and hath not taken her? Let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. Let's go to 21, 10 through 13. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemy, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hand, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast desired unto her that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head, and pure her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go unto her to be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. Let's go to chapter 22, 13 through 19. If a man take a wife, and go unto her, and hate her, and give occasion of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came unto her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the token of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I give my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given occasion of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet they are the token of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chasten him, and they shall admire him in 100 shekels of silver, and give him unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away at all his days. Let's go on down to 23 and 24. If a damsel that is a virgin betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city, and lie with her, then ye shall bring him both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she crieth not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, so that thou shalt put away evil from among you. Go on down to 28 through 30. If a man finds a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. Let's go 24, 1 through 5. When a man had taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it to her husband in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife, after that she is defiled. For that is abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he hath taken. Let's go to 25 and 7 through 12. And if a man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to the gate and to the elders, and say, My husband's brother refuses to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of the city shall call him and speak unto him, and if he stands to it, and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, So shall it be done unto that man that will not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that hath his shoe loosened. When a man strives together one with another, and the wife of one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the man of him that smite him, and putteth forth her hand, and take him by the secrets, then thou shalt cut off her hand, thy eyes shall not pity her. Let's go to 27 and 20. Cursed be he that lieth with his father's wife, because he uncovered his father's skirt. And all the people shall say, Amen. Let's go to 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. It's going down 53 through 55. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy son and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege, and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee, so that the man that is tender among you, and a very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the raiment of his children which he shall have, so that he will not give to any of them the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he had nothing left in him in the siege, and in the straitness, wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.